Hey, welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Vaz, and you're watching the Vaz Show, music and entertainment at its finest. We got a special guest with us today from Rosenberg, Texas, Richmond, Texas. Before we take you there, make sure you follow us on all the social media pages at the Vaz Show. Check out the website, thejvazshow.com. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also make sure you subscribe to us if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Let's get right into this. As I mentioned earlier, from Rosenberg, Texas, Twin City is what y'all call it, right, out there?
Yes, sir. Twin
Bunz.
City. What's good, baby?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Shit, I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Glad to be here, man.
I told you this off camera, man. It's pretty cool to have you on here, just because, like I said, I've been keeping up with your music for years, and you know, especially, like I said, I started keeping up with you back in 2008, and then once you joined, you know, started working with GT and them, it was like I started jamming to your shit a lot more. And you know, I'm familiar with your work. I'm familiar with your music. So to have you on here is pretty dope, man.
Appreciate you jamming, man.
So, man, let's get right into this, man. Let's talk about your history, man. You're from Richmond or from Rosenberg? Or
no, I'm from Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
I'm from Rosenberg. Yeah. I was born in Galveston, actually, and I moved to Rosenberg pretty much when I was young, and I've been there pretty much my whole life, man.
Yeah.
I've lived in Houston here and there, but mostly Rosenberg.
What was it like growing up in Rosenberg?
Oh man, it was fun. But I mean, it's totally different now. But when I was growing up, you know, we had a little tough time with my father and my mom. You know, they had a little thing going on, so I had to deal with that as the oldest of four. But in Rosenberg, it's pretty much the same thing all the time. You know everybody in the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We outside all the time, so it wasn't too bad, man. It's cool. Man, it helped me become the person I am. You know what I mean? Going through the stuff I did in Rosenberg. Yeah.
Were you always involved in hip hop, or how did this, you know, love for music come about?
Well, not really hip hop. I'm a huge like rock and roll fan. Like my favorite band is Metallica. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I originate from musically. But I can't play any instruments, man. So you know what I'm saying. So the only thing I could do was rap. So once I started trying to figure out like I wanted to make music, that was the thing I could do. So that's when I focused on my time in the rap. And that was probably like maybe 95, man, 96, first time I heard Screw and shit like that. You know what I mean?
So maybe that explains your aggressive style, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Obviously, you say, you know, Metallica is your favorite band. Who have been your influences, you know, coming up in the rap game?
Oh man, a lot of my first music, a lot of my first projects, I had like a real fast way of rapping. I would rap and I was real aggressive, like you just mentioned. And a lot of that comes from like Bone Thugs and Harmony, Do or Die, bands like that. That's who I was a huge Bone Thugs fan coming up, like real big on Bone Thugs. And that's how I kind of mimicked. I guess that's how my style was created. You know what I'm saying? Listening to those two and trying to add my own flavor to it, and it just became me. You know what I mean?
So when you first got started, before Lifeline Records, we'll talk about Lifeline here in a second. Before that, were you signed to another label? Were you just doing
no, man?
Mixtapes?
Before Lifeline, I was actually just freestyling, man. I was going to every party and every like open mic and everything that was going on, and I was trying to freestyle battle anybody who thought they could rap. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how the Mexican Mike, which was a close friend of mine, how we started Lifeline, because he ended up getting one of my CDs through that. I was pressing up small CDs and just like writing my number on them, just writing my cell phone number and with a Sharpie on them hoes and passing them out. You know what I mean? And one of them CDs got back to my board, and that's how it went from me just freestyling everywhere, trying to make a name for myself that way, to actually going in the studio. You know what I mean?
So you said Mexican Mike and yourself with Lifeline. How did this connection come about? But you know, obviously they got a hold of your CD.
Yes.
But how did this whole journey with Lifeline come about? And
man, it was basically just like that, man. Like a lot of people, they think it might be like a real huge story about it, but it's basically just as simple as that. Like I was just putting music out. I was getting popular around my city. Some of my music got into their hands. They listened to it, which is Mike Gallegos, a friend of mine, and he had little businesses running, and he had a little bit of extra paper. He was trying to invest and do things, And one day he just pulled up to my house. I didn't even meet. I never knew him. You know what I mean? He just
Yeah.
pulled up to my house, knocked on the door. I came outside. He asked me if I was Alex. You know what I mean? Which is my first name. I said, yeah. We got in the car, and from that moment, we just chopped it up. You know what I mean? We talked, and I had already been approached by a couple people the same way he did. So I try to like tell him, man, you know what? Just well, I need this, this, and this, and he went and did all that for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I knew he was serious. So it's from that moment. And I focused on my time and whatever he had going on, whatever projects he wanted me to do, I was doing them. You know.
What was the feeling like seeing somebody willing to invest
Oh
in
man,
your
that was
craft,
great. That
man?
was great. He's the one that took me to like Hawk and you know Kiki, ESG, C Note, all these people I had on my first projects was because of Mexican Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knew C Note, and that was like great feeling just being in the studio with some of those guys that I used to jam. I knew all the music, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like I started freestyling because of them. So that was great. It was a great feeling that whole journey with that. Then also we linked up with another friend of mine named Troy Reese, and that meant we all make Lifeline. Me, Troy, and Mexican Mike. It's just that Troy came in the game a little bit after Mexican Mike did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when I met him. But we all invested in, and I think like I wouldn't take that time back for nothing, man. I had a great time on the way doing all
Yeah.
that. It was fun, man. It was a great experience.
So what happened with Lifeline Records?
Well, Lifeline was like we were real street niggas. We were really doing things in the neighborhood. So like being able to stay free, that was a big issue for us after because we just started Lifeline and I just started rapping. Like I said, I was just doing it.
Yeah.
When we started seeing I was selling mixtapes and things were going in the right direction, we were already like D boys, you know what I mean? So it was kind of hard to like, differentiate what was more important.
Yeah.
And so in the process of realizing, damn, we got something here. Some of my niggas caught cases, you know what I mean? They had to go do some time, and that's what basically stopped Lifeline. And we put 2 or 3 CDs out, I believe. Then they caught those cases, and shit, they went and did their time, and that kind of slowed down everything because at that time I was by myself. I was a little bit younger, and they were the financial backing that was pushing me. You know what I mean? And when they left, I had to do it all by myself. So that kind of slowed down things to the point where I was going back out to doing open mics again just to keep my craft sharp, and that's how I met Garza. You know what I mean? In the process of that. So
Um, before we get to Garza, and again, I don't want to put you on the spot. We'll talk
no,
about
no,
it
no. Go ahead,
as
man.
much as you want. This when you were with Lifeline, this was around the time that, like I said, I became familiar with your music.
Yeah.
This was around the time and it was funny because I had Mark the Protege on here about 2 weeks ago, or last week actually.
Yeah, I know
and
Mark.
and I had him on here, and we were talking about. He's like, I'm from Rosenberg, you know. He brought you up. And I was like, man, you know, I remember Bunz. I'm like, you know, he was beefing with one of my boys at the time, Leecoc, and then he's like, fuck, I forgot that was a thing. So what happened?
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh man, that the beef you mean?
Yeah.
That I had? Oh man, like at first me and Leecoc were cool. Like we had a few songs that we were trying to do. He did music, I did music, and Mexican Mike is a mutual friend of ours. He was actually real close with friends with Leecoc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Prior to me meeting them, I was like the new guy coming in, and I don't know, man. Like just in the process of going, a lot of he say she say shit. I heard some things he said about me or whatever, and he was upset with Mexican Mike, and I was saying things back, and like it was just a huge thing that was going on. We were real close. So and like I was so tough in the music at the time, and I was kind of a hard head dude. Like I said, I was in the streets a lot doing that, so I went took the route of like beefing. You know what I mean? Like flexing. He beefed with me the same thing, and that shit carried on for a while, man. Just back and forth, but like one thing I always kept it cool. It was just it was personal. It wasn't business at all. It was a more personal thing.
Yeah,
At that time, I didn't like him just as a person. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to have beef with him. But every time anybody had ever approached me in the industry and brought up this topic, like I would never say, "Oh, he's a hoe ass nigga." Or he's like, I wouldn't talk down on him because he really, when I knew him, he was really grinding. Nigga was really doing things. He was really moving. He was like, so I really ain't gonna say he was a hoe ass nigga, like, and talk about him business. It was just a more personal thing that I had fell off. We fell off like that, bro. That's just how it was. And we squat, we handle our business. And I ain't seen him in a while, and like Like I ain't even mad. Like that shit's a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. It was a
I
long
ain't even
time ago.
flexing on that shit no more. You know what I'm saying?
I remember as a fan thinking like, obviously that was my boy, so I knew his shit jammed. And like I told you earlier off camera, like I knew your shit jammed, but it was like, fuck, I can't show up no love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was like, why instead of beefing, why aren't they working together? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and in hindsight, man, it's easy to look back and say that what you just said. You know what I mean? Because we probably could have made some money. You know what I'm saying? Doing things together the
Bro,
way we were.
yeah,
But at the time, like I mean, like even now, like I mean, if you don't have the attitude, like you're the best person to where you're at, then you're not gonna advance past people. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So that's was his attitude. That was my attitude. And then when we bumped heads, and then we had, it was basically just that little feud that, and then what was sad about it was just like he may not even said what I heard that he said. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because when I heard what they said I said about him, it wasn't true. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I never said that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I knew I didn't say the shit. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So that's why I was like, well, maybe this nigga didn't even say it. And there was a lot of things going on between it. But at the time, everybody was moving. I had money coming up. We were moving. My little unit was moving. His unit was moving. So it was just like, fuck it. Jeezy had me all fired up at that time of the year. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck it. We started flexing. You know what I
and,
mean?
and it was like you say, you were hard headed. I know he was hard headed because we did a lot of shows, and just the way he took care of things, he was hard headed. So there was no way in hell this could have came to an end in good terms at that moment.
Yeah,
And
at
hey,
that time.
let's
Yeah.
make money, bro. Like let's make this music.
Yeah.
So as like I said, as a fan, it was kind of one of those like, this is some bullshit. They should be making money together.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
making music together. Um, so the way I met Leecoc was at the Perfect Rack.
Yeah.
You said you met GT at DC events. Was this back when they had
He was with the
Sona
SWAT. He was with the
with
SWAT.
SWAT and with
Yeah, he was
Zilla
with
and
the
them?
SWAT. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was with Zilla. He was with Donamite and 2 for 5 and a lot of guys that I knew. You know what I mean? From that were
yeah.
kind of pop. Rob G. And I opened up. I did a couple songs, and it like I guess like I did my best at the time. I was going off, and like people weren't used to the way I was rapping at that time, real fast and real aggressive. So I kind of had everybody pumped up in the crowd, and then after they performed, Garza just approached me like, "What's up, bro? You know what I mean? Like you spit it, we chopped it up. I got his number, and I think like I never contacted him. I never really like folk with Garza. I actually was like plexing with Garza at first, and I didn't even know him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just in my hood, a nigga had his poster, a female had his poster, the Maverick. He had a CD called
The
Mavericks Music,
Mavericks.
Maverick
Yeah,
Music,
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit, old CD. You know what I mean? And she had his picture, and she had my picture, and I was like, "Who's that?" You know what I mean? And I thought I was the hottest Mexican out at that time, at that just in my area too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She told me Garza. I was like, man, fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? I'm finna flex with that nigga. So I started going off at when I met him. Every time I would go to the studio, that's what was my mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm fixing to write a better verse than this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we had made a lot of good music at the beginning because it was like a friendly competition. And that was great. Like that, people don't really even do that anymore. Everybody's copying each other now
I was
so
about to
much. You
say
know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
You don't see that
yeah.
nowadays.
So it was fun. And Felony. Fellow was with us a lot.
Felony.
We used to
Yeah.
we used to fuck you and that boy T. We used to try to be like
But see, I
make you
remember
rewrite your
that
shit.
was a
You know what I
dope
mean?
ass wave, man. Felony, GT, Risky Boy.
Mm-hmm. Risky's my nigga, man. I just left Risky
Man,
yesterday, man. I was at the studio.
he's still making beats and stuff,
Yeah, he's
right?
still doing that shit. That little freestyle I posted while I was at the studio, I was with Risky.
Like 2 days ago,
Yeah,
right? Or
yeah, yeah.
yesterday, actually. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, some shit like that. That Risky was in the background, recorded some shit. But they're my niggas, man. Like all that shit. That was a great time for us and just for music. It was just like wide open for everybody to do
And it's
what the
funny you
fuck they
say this
wanted.
about GT because GT has always been. I don't know him personally, but the times that I've chopped it up with him, I did some music with him back in the day too. He's always been like one of the most humble dudes,
Oh yeah,
coolest
yeah, yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
dudes you could
Well,
ever
well,
meet,
look,
man.
man. Like one of the reasons why I fuck GT's my little nigga. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit older than him. You know what I'm saying? And like, and coming up, when I met Garza, like I said, I was doing real street things. I was selling a lot of work, doing all kind of shit. I was buying all kind. That's how I met Garza, on the upside. And like, one thing I fucked with Garza about because he don't try to act like somebody he ain't. You
Yes.
feel what I'm saying? So I was watching him at first because he wasn't really like my close friend at the time, just an acquaintance, a nigga I was trying to get to know, and you know what I mean. People wanted us to rap and shit, but I didn't know him. So I was just feeling him out, and as the process went on, I was like, well, this nigga don't be acting like he's gangster. He
He
ain't
don't,
gangster.
bro. He
You know
don't.
what I mean? Like, so he don't act that way. So he acts his accordingly to where he is, and that's what I appreciate. That's why I was like, man, I like this shit. I fuck with this nigga like that, and that's how it was because I'm one of them niggas that like if you say you doing shit, then I
Yeah.
want to like, what's up? I'm gonna call you out on it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
people do that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way I was raised. You know,
D-
it's a Rosenberg
And,
thing.
and, and, it's, funny you say that, man. I take this back again because the first time I met GT, I remember he used to wear them. He's always been real skinny. It looked like he was wearing like them tight jeans. He always had his hat with the fucking.
Bro, GT got style though. That boy he
Yeah.
one of them dancing niggas. That boy
But
slick with it, bro. I'm telling you, dog. You got my nigga fucked up. That nigga got style, nigga
but
slick
but
with
he,
it.
like you said, he never acted. He was comfortable with how he dressed and who he was. He,
Yeah,
he never
yeah.
tried to put a front. And you got no choice but to respect that,
Yeah,
bro.
and see, and like coming up, that's one of the reasons why I feel like like I don't want to say like character because you like it's not like we're acting like to be anything, but once you can feel comfortable with who you are and how you rap, well then now you're not really competing no more. You're not trying to find these patterns that everybody's copying
Yeah.
because they just want to hear Bunz or they just want to hear Garza. You just rap your shit. Do how you do. Don't copy these niggas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Garza was kind of like that already when I made him. Kind of getting in that mode. That helped me get into that mode. Where I was like, well,
Yeah.
shit, I'm not going to copy Garza. I'm going to do Bunz. Do my shit. And Felony was doing his shit. That boy T was doing his shit. Risky was making his beat. You know, like just everybody
Yeah.
was in that zone. That shit was tight. Sticky Green was a great studio to be in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
DJ Flea, DJ Buddha, that was their spot. You know what I mean? That shit was gravy. That shit was tight. We met a lot of people in that studio. That's where the mic pass was
With the
filmed.
mic, yeah.
Yeah, I was outside the studio in my car right there. The video I took was outside the studio. You know what I mean? At the
Yeah.
stinker. It was tight, bro.
So you guys, La Maquina, was this something you guys created? Was this something
That's
that
Garza.
as Garza stuff?
Mm-hmm. Um, excuse me. That's Garza. Garza, he was trying to branch off and do his own little start his own label because we had so many records and like artists that were upcoming that we thought were like pretty dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That were involved, and that's something that he created. I want to say maybe '06. He started the machine. You know what I mean? And that's where it all branched out from. You know, it takes gears to grind. That was the logo. He started the machine. We had our own studio, all kind of shit. Right here, 45 and Scott, some shit like that. It was great. It was fucking fun. And that branched off to just trying to when we did Brown by Honor, we didn't realize how big of a statement that would be for just Hispanics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And rap. We just were. That was the first album me and him done. That's the only album that we really just did together. You know what I mean? Like focused. I'm on every track down there and shit like that. You know, and we named it that. We put it out, and it did well. And so people were like, oh, they're doing it for Hispanics.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how where the machine branched out to La Machina. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we were doing it for our heritage. We were trying to show, like, you know what I mean? Hispanics can do that shit just as well as any other race. And like we were trying to do it different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not because whether you believe it or not, there's a to me, like people expect Hispanics to rap a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so me and Garza were trying to break that stereotype. And so at coming up, we were like, we're gonna rap like East Coast down there. We're gonna rap like West Coast. We're gonna rap like all kind of fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how it was. And so shit, that it turned out pretty good. You know what I mean? Like so,
So when you guys did Brown by Honor, how much did that help the momentum you already had as an
man.
artist?
As far as look, I'm gonna be honest. Like I missed that momentum. Like that was something. That was around the time. That was probably one of the last big projects that I done before I had my kids in 2010. You know what I mean? Which is around the same year that Brown by Honor dropped.
Yeah.
And when that shit took off, like I said, we weren't expecting it to take off the way it was. But then we started doing these little shows in the valley, and people invited us, and it was picking up. You know what I mean? I was with them. Then I had my son, Jagger, and that's like at that time when I should have springboarded off of that. like that's when I was like, see, it's been things like that, man. That's why, like a
Yeah.
lot of people, but it just if, the reason why I think can keep skipping and staying relevant into the game is just because, like, if I try to spit the dopest shit I can spit, that's it. Because I missed a lot of times to
Yeah.
springboard forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, especially that was a big time. That's Brown Bahana was a great run that we did. You know what I'm saying? And everything leading up to that project, we were dropping a lot of mixtapes and a lot of bullshit. Fuck, I don't want to say bullshit, but just like mixtapes that we were setting on, like Batteries Not Included and
Batteries not
shit,
included.
all
Yeah.
Garza
Yeah.
shit. Like we were going off on that shit. Like that was tight.
Um, and like I said, I remember way back in the day, bro, the track that we got, because as an upcoming artist, you look at especially at Garza at the time, and I thought of Garza as like a big name artist. You know what I mean? I remember one time he hit me up on Messenger on Facebook. Hey fam, I like what you're doing, blah blah. We should work on a track together. Dog, as a nobody, you're like bro, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
And to be able to get to work with him, that was pretty dope. Obviously, it was just like a one track thing. We never worked again for whatever reason. But how you say you missed that wave, you also and again we don't have to talk about this, but you also kind of took a break from music, period.
Yeah, yeah, all the way. Yeah, exactly. Because like in the process of having my children and um, how I'm gonna say, like, I'm a recovering drug addict. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically, like I did drugs. I done a lot of different drugs, all kind of shit. And in the process of not doing my music and trying to, I had that like I was 27 when I had my son. So having my son, trying to be a father, that was a new thing because my dad was never around. I had a big like issue going on in my personally.
Yeah.
So and I couldn't write any music. Everything I was writing was so negative. You know what I mean? So I just felt like instead of tainting everything I was doing, I was just gonna stop doing the music. You know what I mean? Until I can get back to where I was at,
Yeah.
because it was almost like not fair. You know what I'm saying? For me to put to myself and just to the fans, for me to put out music that I'm not putting my 100% in. And so I was going through those issues like that. And I was going through my divorce and all kind of shit like that. You know what I mean? I had those cases building up.
Yeah.
I had to go do this time. There was a lot of things in my life that just were a little bit more important that I was actually putting on the back burner because of music.
Yeah.
And then it took my son to make me realize that the things I was neglecting were a little bit more important. So I had to go do that, and I just kind of basically just like, man, you couldn't even get a hold of me, bro. Like Garza couldn't get a hold of me. Like I was on social media that much. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that hurt me too. But I feel like in the process of doing all that shit, I found myself again. I found, you know what I mean. I made it through all them hard times, found myself, and now I feel great about not putting out trash music while I was feeling not like Bunz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like basically, you know what I mean?
Um. So with this period of time that you weren't making music, did you lose the love for music, or it was just kind of
Some
refreshing?
no. Music has always been a great, like music has been good to me. You know what I mean? Like I've like helped me get through a lot of times. And I never really just missed the music, like regretted or had a fucked up fit or lost the love for it or anything like that. But there was times to where I felt like I just didn't want to be at that time. I didn't want. I could like I was very popular around my city, so when I didn't want the attention, it was too late.
Yeah.
People were already seeing me. I couldn't even walk in a fucking Walmart without people talking to me. And at that time of my life, I wanted to be alone. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want that attention, so I was feeling kind of fucked up a little. I had some type of way about, damn man, like I wish I wouldn't have like be so popular. Like I started questioning everything I was doing. So I didn't really lose the love, but I wanted to like get away from it totally at one
Yeah.
point. I didn't want to do anything. You know what I mean? I didn't want to listen to it. I didn't want to write it. I didn't want to do anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. So I did go through that phase. But my kids, I think my kids helped me get back to music. You know, my kids love music. They sing, they dance, they do. They're named after rock bands. You know what I mean? Jagger, Sabbath, and Kiss. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so I named them like that, and they showed me like I was like, damn, like I had a I was feeling real down about just missing all those opportunities. And then I see my kids and they made me feel good. And my divorce ended up okay. You know what I mean? At the ass end of doing drugs and doing my time, shit, I'm good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's how I feel. Like I ain't got no cases. I ain't got my kids are healthy. Everything's good. My relationship with my ex-wife is gravy. Everything's fine. So that's why I'm like, now's the time for me to just come back and do some music, but not. I'm not doing music trying to get back in like I was before. I'm just doing music because it makes me feel great. You know, like I
Yeah.
like to rap, bro. You know what I mean? That's all it is. And if I can put things together and make a project, well, cool. You know what I mean? Like I'm working on that, but it's not so much of a business for me at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have fun at the moment.
So from whenever you first started your music to when you said you were having a lot of fun making music when you were doing Brown by Honor and just you had your buzz going to now, what has been your biggest takeaway of the industry that you've learned from or
I think, I think, I think I just learned to, like I said, just be comfortable being me. Because there was a small time to where when Garza and Fellow and them were getting songs on the radio and doing things, and I was trying to like, I got away from. I was right behind them, pumping and feeling like I was finna bust a bubble and get to where they were at. But I started trying to write these records that weren't I don't like they weren't the type of records that I should have been writing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I was trying too hard to write these records that everybody was doing, and that kind of fucked me up a little bit too. But as far as the big takeaway from that, that's when I realized like just to be confident, just to be me. You know what I mean? Like the more I be me, nobody can be Bunz but Bunz.
but
You know what I'm saying?
Bunz,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I just be like, I just fucking have fun with it, man. Take that. Try to realize that this is fun. As soon as you stop having fun doing what you're doing, well, it's just a fucking job. You know what I mean? And then
yeah,
now I don't even want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. This is not a job to where you get paid every Friday on. So when you're doing a lot of work and you ain't in love with what you're doing,
yeah. You
you'll
will lose it
lose it.
like
You know what
that.
I'm saying? Right, real quick. And
Yeah,
that's why you see artists get job. Like I work too, bro. You know, like I'm a supervisor somewhere. Like I do all the things. You have to be able to balance that. And taking away trying to be yourself, you have to realize your limitations, what you can and can't do.
can't
Like,
do.
yeah, because I used to do all this shit back there in the game, but I know I can't do that no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But if I try it, well, I'm gonna probably fuck myself off. You know what I'm saying?
and
So
like
you
you
got
said,
to,
now you
yeah.
got the priorities, your
Yeah,
kids.
so now you got to step back, and then now it's more about the music. We're not. I'm not really trying to shine and do all this shit like we used to do. Like I'm doing okay, you know what I mean? Like to where's that, and I know I ain't never gonna be Puff Daddy rich.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I'm okay. I could walk through my city and everybody fucks with me. You know what I mean? Everybody in Houston, they know me. Like it's great. Like I have no regrets about
cause
doing
you
the
had the
music. You know what I'm saying?
music, you had the look.
Yeah,
I
you know what I
remember,
mean?
Buns. You had the braids.
Yeah,
You just looked like a fucking rock star, like this. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So you had your ups, you had your downs, and like you say, you haven't lost the love for music. What can we expect from Buns in the upcoming months, in the upcoming year, as far as
I
music
think
is concerned?
I think that if 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 everybody like I've been listening to music and the way people are saying that like mumble rap and they don't like this type of music is going on and people ain't like if that's true if that's what people are saying, well that's the reason why I started doing these freestyles off the head. That's why I started putting cameras on me and trying to show it because I think that some of these guys are not as don't have real talent, and it
Yeah,
takes a lot of other like a team to make that happen for them in the studio and things like that. And I'm trying to showcase just talent. That's all it is. You know what I mean? So what you're expecting from me is just a whole lot of in your face videos, a lot of freestyles coming up. Like I'm gonna be everywhere I can possibly be. Like I'm not into the Plex scene, so you won't hear me calling anybody out, but like very active. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's all. That's where I'm at. Like I have almost an entire project already written and recorded, and it's just about like I mean, like just having a title shot. Like I'm just working my way back up. I'm not even tripping. Like if I skip some guys, well, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to get skipped
Yeah.
because you're not that great. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel. That's just where I'm at. Like I'm gonna be honest. So these young niggas that are doing this shit, there's no way I should catch them. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
old, bro. I'm older. My little windows pass. If these guys let me come back and make songs and catch them and get popular like them, you know what I
Y'all
mean?
ain't
Like,
doing it
yeah, I
right.
ain't doing it
Y'all
right,
ain't
yo.
doing
There's
it
no
right.
way that I should catch them. I'm being honest. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
But
yeah,
that's real though. Yeah, because
yeah.
like you said,
So
if they're as good as they
yeah, if they
think
say, you
they
know what I mean?
are,
Yeah, because just wait till somebody gets around me to where you start babying up my songs and get a producers around. Like I ain't Risky's the dopest producer I really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
fuck with Graham, also from my area, who's a great producer. You know what I'm saying? But he's done shit for Boosie and shit like that. But as far as like just focusing on me, Risky's the only person I've ever done it
yeah,
with. So you know, and like they challenge me, bro. Like, and I feel like I have a lot of people waiting to see what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's why I'm just like getting active. I'm gonna show them what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And just yeah,
For
yeah, I do features, man. At the moment, uh, do not contact me personally about features. Contact my brother, man, at howyoufeel@gmail.com. You know, one L, howyoufeel@gmail.com. And you can speak to him about features because I am bad about saying yes and then getting
get
occupied
it.
with something else. You know what I mean? Like not knowing what I'm looking at in front and do it. So if you contact him, yeah, we can do features. He'll work out numbers with you. But like I'm doing collaborate. Like I never really collaborated with people or things like that. I was always kind of like to myself thinking that I could do things on my own a lot.
Yeah,
But this time around, like I'm gonna have a lot of fun. So people who want to collaborate, if you got records that are jamming and you know like you feel like I'm honored if you feel like, well, shit, it'll be better with me on it. Well, shit, send it to me. You know what I mean? Like Bunz100@gmail.com, whatever it is. Just hit me up. I may get on it for free. I may just, if the record's tight, like, I have
yeah,
no boundaries at the moment. You know what I mean? And still, like, I fuck with the machine. They're my niggas. I represent them. Like, I've started when they started, but I'm not really like signed to them. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I just helped them from the beginning
You just
grow.
represent, but you
Yeah,
ain't.
I've been
Yeah,
helped
yeah,
it from when we were rapping in the closet, me and Garza. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And so from that point up to where they're at now, I've been there helping them out. Them my niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm always gonna rep the machine, but like I'm also gonna be starting to try to like branch off with another little group of guys that can represent, so to speak. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Have my own little mafia that rolls with me at the same time, but you know what I mean?
Uh,
So.
so you mentioned earlier that you have a whole project written, whole project recorded. Do you have a release date in mind, or
No, no, I
and
don't have a release date, but I'm shooting to get maybe the summer, like June, around in June, maybe a little bit before June. But I'm completing. I have three projects, one almost already written, and then two that I've had like a few songs in each one. And so when I do put the release date in June, it's gonna be for the rest of the year. Like I'm gonna drop three projects after that. It won't be
yeah,
like a huge gap in between when my projects drop. Like see, like that's used to be my problem. I would drop things, be a huge gap in between it. I'm gonna be consistent because I'm gonna write the albums prior to releasing them.
yeah?
And so that way I don't have to be like I have to take all this time to write more music, and I can focus on
Just
promoting it.
backdrop,
Yeah, yeah, I
backdooring.
already have the music written. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
that's see small things like that. What I learned in the industry, I'm just gonna apply what I know now to what I'm doing, and maybe it works. You
Do
know what I'm
you
saying?
have a title in mind for the
I'm gonna
project?
name a project "Outspoken in Ghetto." You know what I mean? And because I just feel like I'm probably one of the ghettoest people I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I come from a real ghetto area, and like I love it. I embrace it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not the person that's gonna get panic if the lights are off in the house. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I'm not that type of dude. Like I've been through a lot coming up. So outspoken in ghetto is kind of I feel like a perfect title for me. I don't hold back anything I say. I say a lot of things, you know what I mean, and things that people might even offend people.
get
But
offended. Yeah.
yeah, but at the same time, I'm just being me.
As
You know what I mean?
as far as features, can we expect any features on this
Well,
project? Or
Definitely Garza will be on it. Fellow will be on it. I've been reaching out to Fellow a lot. That boy T. I'm trying to get back to just the same group of people that I started off rapping with, and trying to get that vibe and that feel of how we used to do it in the studio because I'm not really trying to create anything. Like I'm gonna do some new shit, but at the same time I'm trying to create some feelings. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
so where when you jam this shit you can remember, oh man, them niggas go, that's how music if you're claiming you don't like this new shit, well, this is
You
what
should
it's like.
like
Yeah,
this shit.
exactly. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah, exactly. So,
Alrighty, man. Where can people find you on social media?
um, I'm on Facebook on Bunz Perez, BunzPerez. You can locate me on my Instagram is Bunz1000. My Snapchat is Ghetto Boy 1000. And my Twitter's Bunz100, but I ain't gonna lie, I don't be on Twitter too much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I be on Snap and Instagram and Facebook
What
daily.
about a YouTube channel? You have a YouTube where
Oh
you're
yes,
putting out
Bunz
content?
100. Bunz 100 is my YouTube channel. Um, like I said, I have a lot like those freestyle videos I do. Those been on the fly. I just been recording them and just putting them. But I do have some new visuals that I'm gonna put out on my page. And the same time that I get real active on my promotion is when I'll get active on my
So
YouTube page. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, shit, man. We're gonna make sure we link all those links on the description of the podcast, on the description of the YouTube video as well. And I just want to say appreciate your time, bro, and and
Yeah,
and,
man, no
and thanks
problem.
for coming out here for this interview. And like I said, I've been keeping up with you since 2007, 2008,
Yeah,
and
no
and
problem.
we're gonna
Thank you, man.
continue
Thank
to
you. Yeah, just keep jamming, bro. I got
continue to
some
do
new shit
so.
coming up. I got some new music dropping, and I think it'll be impressive. I'm trying to impress myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's the best thing. So hopefully, it's a good thing for listeners. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So once again, from Rosenberg, Texas, Twin City,
sure,
Texas,
sure. BUNZ, baby. Twin City in the building. What's
Bunz,
good?
ladies and gentlemen.
The machine, baby.